the bacon, did you say?
Yes, cunt lords and motherfuckers. This is Sam Spanner from the United Forever podcast, and I'm with my legendary cousin.
Adam Shagham, how are you?
Yes, good mate. Not too bad. Right. This is called Why We're Going to Win the Quadruple. So, obviously, under Fergie, we won the old treble. I'm dribbling on the microphone.
Treble?
Won the treble, didn't we, mate?
We did, yes.
So,
A treble? Yeah.
I honestly think that this year we're winning fucking everything. So we'll go into a breakdown. But the other day, mate, what a fucking second debut for CR7. So do you have any
Mate.
favourite moments of that match?
Well, I'm not going to lie, because British TV fucked everybody over, and basically there's a massive 3 p.m. blackout at the moment with certain football fixtures. And I bet
Yes, mate.
BT and Sky and Amazon are kicking themselves because of the fact that it was Cristiano's second debut, if that's such a thing. I didn't actually see the game.
Mate.
I've seen snippets, and I've seen the
Schnitzels.
goals, and I've seen and I've seen other bits and pieces. But from what I saw, it was good. I think to begin with, there was a few nerves. I think the occasion got to the team to begin with, because Newcastle did press us quite strongly, and they were, they had their moments, but then obviously come just before half time, Ronaldo pops up with a cheeky little tap in.
Good tapping. Yes, mate.
Yeah,
I mean,
the easiest goal you
fucking
ever
Greenwood
scored.
down the wing, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Greenwood did all the hard work, but still, mate, it was good. And the old fucking celebration.
Yeah, this is it.
You know,
that's what it's about. But
yeah, mate, didn't it remind you a little bit of our Aussie mate Slendy from Slendy's EDM YouTube channel when he was listening? You know, he does his his weekly mobs, so he listens to random rave songs. And that random Rolling Paper Jamaican song came on. He started like dancing like a nutter when he was sat down on the fucking stool.
The best bit was that one. He was, and it had the caption come up: "Full arousal imminent."
Fucking class. Have you seen the one where he's going around the DEFCON 1 music festival in Germany or something? No, or in the Netherlands. And he's trying to sort of introduce the Dutch to Vegemite to see what they think about Vegemite. Mate, you've got to watch it. I'll send you the link later. It's absolute fucking comedy, mate. Oh, no, the bloke's an absolute legend. So, going back to the old footy stuff, so I think we were calm and collected, and even though they had like a really stupid low block, we were sort of finding ways through, and I was really happy that Jay Lings got on the score sheet because Freddie Quinn on the paddock had sort of given him loads of abuse, and I just want to get behind the players now. So well played to old Lings, Jay Lings.
I think you're right. Like one thing that I noticed from the bits that I have seen of the game, Ronaldo gave us that top gear where we haven't had that in, well, I can't remember the last time we had that. Van Persie, maybe?
I
don't know.
Well, I was going to say Cavani sort of helped to raise the bar as well. I mean, but Santa Noche's El Matador sort of has sort of given us so much excitement, when he's on the pitch, and he's sort of he's a fucking lethal bastard as well, he's up for a fight, a scrap, and afraid to sort of stick up for his teammates.
Definitely.
But
I think it'd be interesting to see how Ollie utilizes Ronaldo and Cavani. Um, I think Cavani needs to understand that he will come on as a substitute. Um,
Yeah, of course.
but I think what will happen though is um, Ronaldo will basically play every minute that he possibly can. I don't think it's a case of, oh, the guy's 36, we're going to bring him off after 60 minutes, because he was putting some of those bloody Newcastle defenders to bed with some of his runs. And that run for the second
Totally,
goal
mate.
from Luke Shaw, and he pinged it through to
Shawberto Carlos.
exactly to Ronaldo. He was literally sprinting, and I haven't seen that happen in such a long time for United, where they were actually running through the middle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I
Normally
think
the play like that
didn't Greenwood
works
score
down
a
the
goal
wing.
like that? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but I
Greenwood
mean, like
scored
where
a
that,
similar-ish kind of goal,
but I mean through like that's
but
individual. I mean, as a collective, as a team,
yeah,
I haven't seen that happen. Well, as I say, I can't remember. Normally, whenever we were attacking, it would either be down the 95% of the play would have been down the left, and you would have seen, but and
yeah, totally.
then the wingers wouldn't have had anywhere to go because you're already on the left. But because we were attacking through the middle, if
Yeah,
they had man marked Ronaldo properly, then potentially Shaw could have cut off to the left or even pinged it over to the
yeah.
right, because he was more central than he has been. Um, but you can't also forget the fact of what Varane and Maguire have brought to the team. They seem to have sort of made everything solid again. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, fucking solid hard on, mate. I mean, the defense is looking great. De Gea is looking
Yeah,
fucking strong. He's like he's found his mojo. His distributions have been brilliant. He's throwing the ball
yeah,
out. He's fucking, oh mate,
nice,
oh, a bit of garlic in that. We had these meatballs at lunchtime.
sweet.
My mate Davy Boy G will back me up. Fucking lethal, some of these meatballs, mystery balls. But I don't know what the fuck they put in them. And yeah, and I'm happy that he's found his mojo, because we need sort of the De Gea from about 4 years ago. We've slated him as fuck, but
Yeah,
he was warranted a good old slating when you think about how much he gets every week. So
yeah,
that's great. We're fit as fuck. Think about what Ollie inherited, and
yeah. Oh yeah,
he had to seriously do some really hard work with the lads to become like the fittest team in the league, really. So that's like
yeah,
sort of one of the reasons why I think we're up for winning the quadruple. And you sort of talked about the mentality of Ronaldo and stuff.
yeah.
So, and how many records has Ollie broken? 30 plus in 3 years.
Oh yeah,
So he just needs
yeah.
to
It's crazy.
keep
I
doing what he's
think
doing in a positive sense with this mindset.
I
We
think the
can
fact that
win every
we've
fucking bit of silverware.
signed. Oh yeah, definitely. I think also the fact that this summer has just been completely mental in the respect of the amount of elite players we've actually signed. It's been unheard of.
Exactly.
Um, you know, we've
Totally.
got an elite centre back, we've got an elite winger, and we've got Ronaldo. Do you know what I mean? And that's
That's
without
it.
you know
Yeah.
any other
Now, when it
potential
comes
youth
to this,
prospects we've signed.
well, we're going to talk about something that Boomhauer brought up last week in a second, all
Yeah,
right? But first, we're going to sort of press the pause button a second, and I'm going to give a few
yeah,
shout outs to some of our absolute legends from the community. So we've got old Santa Notchta. I had a little chat with him the other day through one of the live feeds on the paddock, and it looks as
yeah,
though the bloke has found a property on the Costa del Kent, so I'm really happy for him. And wishing him a smooth sort of delivery, not delivery, what's the word? Sort of moving out and moving in.
Yeah.
And works, hopefully, because it helped Notch to move his stuff down.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, mate?
I can. It kind of had a weird buzz, whatever that was.
I don't know, mate. It could have been my ass. But and in the last episode we did some dog puns for the Wolves players. So thanks to Ricky Balboa for his dog pun. So he came up with this pun for Darren Anderton, Dalmatian Anderton, and one of our frequent listeners, that big red bus. He said for Keith Andrews, Keith Andrex, as in the toilet paper.
Brilliant.
And before we move on to the great Texan debate, let's do some of our own puns. So we beat fucking Steve Bruce's Bacon Newcastle United. So we got some Porky Bacon puns. Now, I believe this week you've got more than me, so I shall let you have the rhythm stick first, mate. So what you got?
Yeah, right, okay. So some of these aren't bacon related, but they are food related. So I'm going to start off with my first one. Instead of Norberto Solano, his name is Norberto Serrano Ham.
Oh, mate, no, that is very clever. I've got for Jack Cork, I've got Jack Pork Scratchings.
I've got one for a very old player. I don't know how old exactly, but his name was Bill Appleyard. So from now on, he's going to be Bill Applesauce and Pork.
Oh, brilliant, mate. Can't be a bit of apple pork, fucking roast pork and apple sauce. Oh, mate, do you remember back in the day, Sunday lunch, Nan and Gran would do a killer roast lunch on a Sunday. But, mate, you'd have to watch out for Nan, because within seconds, all of the pork scratching would just disappear. She'd sort of swipe it all in no time. I remember my mum fucking bollocking her for that. Watch out for your cholesterol. So, oh, mate. The memories. Brilliant. So we've got, instead of Alan Smith, we've got Alan Schmitzel.
Nice.
Good bit of right. German meat there.
Yep. Right. My next one, they had a play called Albert Shepherd. So obviously Albert Shepherd's pie.
Oh, lovely. Oh, mate. I miss the old sort of good old English winter food, you know?
Yeah.
Here I just can't stop eating fish heads and pig's trotters and stuff. We've got fucked up weird cuisine in this part of the world. Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Then I've got David Bacon Batty.
Nice. I tried to think of how to use his name, but I didn't think of that. But well done on that one. Right.
Yes, mate.
They had another player called Joe Harvey. So I've played around with his surname a bit. He's now going to be Joe Carvery.
Oh, delicious, mate. Oh, I miss it. I miss a proper carvery as well, you know. I've got the previous match between the sticks for Freddie Woodburn. We've got Freddie Woodburn's brisket.
Nice.
Burnt ends. Do you like your burnt ends?
I'll give you some burnt ends after curry. What burnt ends? Yeah, no, I don't get burnt. I don't get that whole burnt ends thing. Let's eat some carcinogenics.
Mate, I've heard that. Yeah. Get fucking cancer on a plate. I've heard that
Nice.
the old the old burnt ends are pretty good with baked beans, but that must just shred your asshole, mate. I mean, the amount of fucking lentils I eat in this part of the world, white beans. I swear I can
Yeah.
just fucking fart in the morning and just sort of decorate the fucking porcelain.
A nice shade of pebble dash.
Savages. So, we did Freddie Woodburn Brisket. What's the next one, mate?
Right. Another player that they had was Alan Shoulder. So he's now Alan Shoulder of Mutton.
Oh, mate. Listen, I've got to open a can of Whoop Ass here right now because I've just finished
Yeah,
one. So
go
give
for
me
it.
a second. Hopefully it won't spray all
Yeah.
over the computer. Oh, lovely. Don't you love the sound of a can of the tenant sale?
Yes.
Here we go. I wish. What is it they'll drink? Argos. The local
Of course.
shite.
Little special Argus.
Mate,
Brilliant.
this one's
Have you got
dedicated
any more?
to a staple. Yes, mate. This is dedicated to a staple item that Grandad must always have in his pantry. Are you ready?
Right. Go
For
for
Duncan Ferguson, we've got. For Duncan Ferguson, we've got Duncan of Spam Ferguson.
it. Right. Okay. My final one is
He's always got to have a. What is it? Hold the phone. Is it Prince's ham? No, sorry. A can of
yeah,
Prince's
Prince's
spam.
ham. Yes. Yeah, which is just
The
basically
one with the
90%
jelly
jelly
round.
and then
It's
10%. Yeah. Yeah. It's
oh
more
mate,
jelly
no, I
than
don't
meat, I
mind that
think.
stuff. Yeah, I do like my jelly, especially in the pork pie. A lot of people hate the jelly. What about you,
Yeah.
mate? Do you like the jelly in the pork pie, or
Yeah, I wouldn't say no. It's not something that I'll go out my way to munch on, but if it's there, it will get consumed.
suck it up with a straw?
Yes, lovely.
Yes, mate. So
Right, okay.
what you got then,
My
mate?
my
I'm out of
final
puns.
one.
What you got?
Right, my final one. I haven't even had to do anything here. I've just basically taken the bloke's name, and
Yeah.
his surname is Meat, and that would be Barry Venison.
Oh, you fucking legend, mate. Oh, brilliant. So, brace yourselves, right? So, this is something
Yeah,
really interesting from the legendary Texan that is Boomhauer. So, he said the other day, right, that he's been thinking about what Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer keeps coming back to, wanting to sign only players that have the real Man U traits, okay? So, the proper,
yeah,
like, Man U DNA. So,
yeah.
let's have a look. Is that what is going on with the CDM position? Because we've upgraded in almost every way this summer except the CDM. But is it just because
Right.
the correct player isn't available at the minute? Or is there a youngling coming up through the academy? So what do you make about that, mate?
Um, I personally think there is someone coming up through the academy, but they're not going to be ready for a couple of seasons. Um,
Okay.
I also think that we did too much I know we were just praising the transfer window, but we did too much this summer, if that makes any sense, because we had to, because otherwise other teams would have snapped up the players. So we had to do
Oh
that.
yeah, totally.
So I think potentially if the Ronaldo transfer didn't happen, we would have signed
Yeah.
Declan Rice.
Well, think about how much he's going for, 100 million, mate. I don't think the Glazers would have wanted to sort of
I
write
don't
out
know
another
so much.
check, you know.
I don't know. I think it was going to be a case of either bringing back a fan favourite in respect of Ronaldo, or splashing the cash to try and paper over the shit that they've given us over the last 15 years. So it was one or the other. Now, obviously, I know we spent 70 something mil on Sancho. We got Varane for basically pocket change, which was an amazing bit of
Yes.
business.
And we've also sort of spread out the fee for Sancho and Varane over 5 seasons, which is a fucking steal.
Oh
So
yeah, whatever way
we
you look at
really
that,
haven't
it's
had to spend that much money. I mean, it's pretty
no,
fucking brilliant, mate. I don't know if Mr. Murtaugh
yeah.
needs a pat on the back, or if it's just that
I
the
think
clubs we've been
him
getting
and
players from were
him
desperate,
and
you know.
Fletch definitely need a pat on the back, because
Yeah.
they've done well. So
And I want to
yeah,
sort of touch on the youngster sort of thing, right? I mean, Jimmy Garner's
yeah,
someone who did really well in the championship last season, but I've been keeping a close
yeah,
eye on him, and I know that he's at Forest again, and Forest, they're right at the bottom of the table, so they're doing really badly, and I'm scared that their manager's going to get the sack, and then Garner's going to be in a bit of a shit way. So we'll probably have to sort of get him back at Christmas if that happens.
yeah.
But
But we did
I
that
think
last year, didn't
Garner's
we? We called him back.
tenacious. Yeah, but that's right. When Watford changed their manager, but
Yeah,
I honestly think, right, that Garner has a solid future for us, because I don't think we're going to spend a lot of money next season unless we win either the Champions League or the Premier League, which I already said we're going to win them anyway. So whether we sign a Rice or not is
yeah,
debatable. But Matic, I think he's got one more season, because
yeah,
you know he. The other day, right, he was sort of being a bit wasteful with the ball because he was doing some stupid passes. But
yeah,
then again, he does really good stuff, and he looks like the Matic from about 7 seasons ago. But
yeah,
still, I think we're going to have to keep on this tradition of promoting youth. And with
yeah.
Ronaldo being around, we've got to take advantage of that because he's raised the bar. And I
Oh
think
yeah,
Jimmy Garner
massively.
would be brilliant. And he's
Yeah,
stacked on some muscle, which is great. And I
yeah,
think Dylan Levitt, he's a very good player. He's a very tidy player, and he could be a good squad
yeah,
player, which is what we need. So I wouldn't
yeah.
mind Levitt being around as well.
I think you're right.
But I
I
told,
also, I,
but the other
I
youth
think,
bloke, no, you say
yeah.
that.
I was just going to say, um, I could very much see Donny falling into the number 6, if I'm honest, and see,
Yes.
because he's got to play.
Well, we'll
He's
keep an
got to
eye
play
out versus
somewhere.
young boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if we don't play, if he doesn't get more than 10 games between now and Christmas, that's it. He's finished. As far as I'm concerned, there's no way
Yeah,
that
he's gonna
he
because
will
he
have a.
wants to play in the World Cup,
Yeah.
doesn't he? He wants to get on that plane to
Yeah.
Qatar.
Yeah. That's it.
So, but another youngling that I'm watching closely is Chong at Birmingham. A lot of,
Yeah.
I'd say the majority of the fan base had written him off. But I mean, watching
Yeah.
Chong back in for the under 23s, I love watching him. How he'd link up with Garner, how he'd link up with Greenwood, and even Damani Miller as well, who's on loan at Salford.
Yeah.
So Chong,
Yeah.
mate, he's having a brilliant time out at Birmingham for Lee Bowyer's team. And I watched
Yeah.
Birmingham versus what was it? Versus Rooney's derby on Friday night, and I really enjoyed Chongi,
Yeah.
mate. He's just getting stuck in. He's explosive, and
Yeah.
I actually think he's an upgrade on Dan James, who was a
Yeah.
useful squad player. And I always think we need decent workhorses.
Yeah.
That are squad players like
Yeah.
we had years ago. I've talked about Jesper Blomqvist on various occasions, who was a great
Yeah.
understudy for Giggsy and Bex when we won the
Yeah.
treble. And I agree with
Yeah,
Boomhauer when he says that you think we'll miss him. I mean, I loved some of Dan James's crosses, mate. I mean, they were
yeah,
very underrated, but I loved one of the crosses that Dan James did, deep from the right wing, straight to Marshall, and Tony got, scored a really good goal with his head.
yeah.
And another, I think my most favourite moment, right, of Dan James is when he was running so
Yeah.
fucking fast. He went flying into Jose Mourinho on the touchline, nearly snatched his fucking neck.
Yeah, I think talking about Dan James, you know, it is a shame that he's gone, and one of the best
yeah,
bits of play that I have seen him play was literally this season. That bit of defending he did in the middle, he literally crunched in. That was the Leeds game, wasn't it? In the centre circle,
that's
and
correct.
he went in for a challenge, mate. There ain't no player in a United shirt that would have put their body on the line for that challenge, and that was a championship player in him. The crunch tackles
Totally. But I mean,
and
Chongi,
the gun.
going back to Chong, he's
Yeah,
doing that. The 2 matches ago, I believe, for Birmingham, he got the most tackles in the
yeah,
match. And it's not even his
yeah.
job. And the other day on Friday,
No,
mate, he was getting proper stuck in. And he was winning the ball
yeah,
back and everything. He's up for it. So I'd love to see. I wouldn't be pissed off if we didn't sign anyone next summer. I'd be
yeah,
very happy if what's it? If Garner and Chongi got promoted and became
yeah.
like good squad players and were blended in.
The thing is with
So that's
Chong
what I
though,
think.
where where do you play him? Because we are stacked now in the attacking side of things. I mean, with you know,
I know.
honestly, hand on heart now, right? After the weekend, right? Where the fuck does Rashford fit into all this?
Well, I think Rashford, mate, is our best left winger, right?
Right.
Sancho is a fucking beast. I mean, he's
Yeah.
done so well over in Deutschland, but Sancho is our main man on the right, and
Yeah.
it'll be between him and Greenwood on the right, and then
Yeah.
Rashford as well, and then Lingard making appearances and Tony as well. So I know what you're saying. I mean, we're stacked for wing
I
players.
think.
We've got Diallo as well, which I think was a panic
Yeah.
purchase last season. So I don't know how Diallo's going to squeeze in.
Yeah. I think with
So
Lingard,
I
he will
mean,
play more of a central role. I don't. I wouldn't play him on the wings now. I would play him more in the centre. I don't know why. I've just got that feeling
well,
that
that's
he
what he
will
did
be
for
more
West Ham,
beneficial
and he
to us.
was,
Yeah.
yeah, mate, he was mint. I'd be happy if he was our main sort of backup number 10. And if he comes on for the
Yeah.
last 20, 15 minutes, he's going to
Yeah.
press the opponents like fuck. He's going to sort of like
Yeah.
squeeze them and all that. So yeah, that would be great,
Because
mate. So I want you
I
to give me a
I tell you what.
few closing
Yeah.
thoughts before we wrap things
Well,
up.
I
So
tell
we're
you.
on the halfway minute.
Yeah.
30-minute
No, I
mark.
tell you what. Right. I think. Oh. Um. You know.
Ford Capri.
I think. What a time to be at United. You think of all the other massive clubs around the globe, yeah? What
Yes, mate.
youth players or younger players that are under 24 have Cavani, Ronaldo, Fernandez, yeah, and I'm going to say
Yes,
this,
mate.
Pogba, that actually call upon to to guide them. You haven't, have you? Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
totally.
Just
No.
those four players alone. You know, if I, you know, if I was Sancho, Greenwood, Rashford, I'd be walking around training with a full on boner the whole time because it's just like, right, okay, I'm going to download on him. I'm going to get a load of information out of him. Then I'm going to go across to Cavani. I'm going to ask him about some stuff. Then I'm going to go to Ronaldo and I'm going to learn shit off of him. So I would go on with a full on
Yeah.
rager the whole time, just because, like, oh my god, I've got so much information to extract out of these quality players. And even like the
Of
defense,
course,
it's
mate.
a bit of a shame that old Axel's not in the squad at the moment because he's out on loan. But Axel
Yeah.
being able to just to mirror Varane would have would just having that experience. Do you know what I mean?
I reckon Axel, mate, he's going to be coming back next season when we've managed to make a bit of money off Bailly, off the
Yeah,
caretaker. That's what I think. So
yeah,
that's
but
why when we sent him out on loan, we gave him a new contract. And also, this is food for
yeah.
thought. Who has the best tradition of including an academy graduate in their starting lineup since the 30s?
Oh, what?
That's an
Yeah,
easy question, an easy
exactly.
thing to answer. Us.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So
that's another reason why
yeah,
I reckon Ronaldo wants his boy to be in our
yeah,
academy.
yeah. Rooney's got his
Because
kid
there's
in our
hope.
academy. Yeah,
That's right. We've got Charlie Savage. We had
yep,
Harvey Neville as well, who ended up going over to the MLS. But I
yeah,
mean, I think even Giggsy's boys with us. But
yeah, yeah. I
I
believe
mean,
so.
I might need David Pritt to sort of correct me there. Anyway, mate. Right, the treble is ours for the taking. So, give me your final
I thought it
closing
was a
words, please.
quadruple.
What did I say? The triple or the quadruple?
You said the triple, but I thought it was the quadruple anyway. Um, well,
Oh, fucking! I am a cunt lord and a motherfucker.
well, basically, a quick shout out from my behalf. I don't know if he's going to be listening, but my mate Matt, who actually went to the game um, on a Saturday,
On Saturday,
managed to get us some. Yeah,
respect.
managed to get us some fucking mint photographs and footage. So
Yes,
respect to him for that.
and I'm gonna
And yeah,
stick in the 8 minute slot of his what was it? The recording of the Ronaldo goal from
yeah,
Roberto Carlos.
yeah, yes. So
So that'll go
that
in at
was
the end of
proper mint,
this
and
recording.
yeah, and I'm just I actually feel like what I felt like 15 years ago as a United fan. I've got excitement behind me now because the core of the
Yes,
team is there now. So
totally.
you know, touching on what I just said earlier on, I kind of walk around with a semi-rager now because it's like, yes, we're going into every game without having to worry about it. Do you know what I mean?
Totally. So I could definitely also say that I've got the Marty McFly hoverboard under my feet, mate. So let's fucking
Yeah,
enjoy it. So, mate,
definitely.
give us your cheerio together, as Brian from Melton would say.
Well, it's over and out from me, mate.
And I'll be speaking to you later, you chronic masturbator. Fuck no.